We're taking this extremely seriously because Canadians need to have confidence in our immigration system and on the millions of people who've come here over the past years to build a better life for themselves and their future. We need to make sure everything is done to keep Canadians safe.
Is the issue that you are not sure as to how this person came to Canada, or just not willing to share at this point what you know?
We are proceeding in a proper and thorough investigation on exactly how this happened, and we will share with Canadians at the appropriate moment.
The Justin Trudeau Liberals are blaming Stephen Harper for the dangerous failings of an immigration system the Liberals have overseen for 9 years. Yet, data from the Liberal government itself proves the Liberals wrong. Now, a man seen butchering a crucified prisoner with a sword in an ISIS video was admitted into Canada along with his son as immigrants. Now, the devious duo has been charged with plotting a terror attack in Toronto on the city's Jewish community. Every aspect of this horrific tale of Liberal government failing to keep Canadians safe post-ISIS video happened under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's watch. Let's go back in time. In July 2015, Ahmed Fouad Mustafa El-Didi, age 62, is seen in an ISIS video chopping up a man tied to a cross. Sometime after the ISIS terror video, the pair, the man and his son, immigrated to Canada, and reports suggest the elder El-Didi obtained his Canadian citizenship. Fast forward to 2024. Ahmed Fouad Mustafa El-Didi and his son Mustafa El-Didi, age 26, were arrested July 28th in Richmond Hill after trying to obtain an axe and a machete to use in their anti-Semitic murder scheme. They were charged with 6 offenses in total, including aggravated assault for a crime that happened outside of the country, possibly relating to the crucifixion video.
On July 28, 2024, GTN Set arrested a father and son at a hotel in Richmond Hill who were in the advanced stages of planning a serious, violent attack in Toronto. We became aware of this in early July. A publication ban is currently in place in order to protect the integrity of the complex investigation. However, I will speak to the details that I can provide at this time. 2 individuals stand charged with a number of criminal code terrorism offenses. Ahmed El-Didi, age 62, and Mustafa El-Didi, age 26, face charges for their alleged terrorist activities, including participation in the activities of a terrorist group, ISIS or Daesh, contrary to Section 8318 of the Criminal Code.
Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc and the Immigration Minister Mark Miller have now been called to testify at a Commons committee about the failings of their 2 departments in vetting this terror family.
How were 2 men allowed to come to Canada despite a video that showed they had an affiliation with ISIS?
So you're raising a case that is currently before the courts. There are very serious criminal charges that both these men are facing. In fact, I think there's a court appearance, I was told, even later today. I was briefed on this ongoing police operation over the last number of weeks. In the case of these particular arrests, it shows that the RCMP National Security team did terrific work. These 2 people were apprehended and taken into custody, are facing very serious criminal charges.
But Liberal member of the House of Commons Public Safety Minister Jennifer O'Connell, well, she knows who the responsible party is in this dangerous mess. And it's not Justin Trudeau. It's former Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Look at this.
And in fact, I am very pleased to see the Conservatives finally realize that their cuts have consequences. And previously under the Harper government, when they cut more than 1,000 CBSA employees, at the time, the president of the Customs and Immigration Union said, quote, "There will be little and in some cases potentially no investigating or surveillance being done to keep these criminals out of the country and out of our communities." Fortin also said, "If the government doesn't change the course and withdraw its plan to implement these cuts, the federal government will be putting the national security and public safety of our communities at risk," end quote. This is precisely why we have been making reinvestments to staff up CBSA to deal with the previous Conservative cuts. And it's exactly why we continue to make investments through the budget, through the fall economic statement, which Conservatives voted against. So we look forward to having these meetings so Conservatives can truly appreciate that their cuts have consequences to our national security and the safety of our communities. So we are very supportive of these amendments and having that conversation.
For those of you just arising from a decade-long hibernation, Stephen Harper left office in the fall of 2015, half a generation of Liberal scandals ago. But jokes aside, is it true the Conservative cuts to the border budget led to the Liberals admitting terrorists into our country? Of course not. Now, thanks to Marty Belanger on X for tipping me off to this. The Liberals cut Canada Border Services Agency funding in 2017 to well below Harper levels, and they did not increase it again until the 2019 budget. And even though the Liberals were in charge, the Liberals didn't substantially increase the CBSA budget in 2015 or 2016. And as I said, they cut it in 2017. Prior to that, funding remained stagnant at Harper-era levels. The Liberals didn't increase the CBSA budget until 2 full years after Justin Trudeau's bizarre Welcome to Canada tweet caused a near total collapse in our immigration system after it prompted an influx of illegal migration. Harper has not been Prime Minister in 9 years, but apparently he's still lurking under the beds of Liberals across the country, giving them all sorts of bad ideas to make Canada more expensive and dangerous to live in. The Liberals are just unable to resist his Harper-manned mind control powers. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. The Liberals' out-of-control immigration targets are making Canada more expensive and far less safe. If you agree with us, please consider signing our petition at netzeroimmigration.com.